This is another episode of the Decoy Sports Podcast.
Welcome to the Decoy Sports Podcast. My name's Joel Thompson, and this is my best mate, Jackson Fogo.
How you doing, mate?
Good, mate.
It's good.
How you going?
We made it. I told you, and you wouldn't listen to me, and we made it.
Yeah, look, I think I'm not the only one that didn't think you were going to make it.
Hey, I told you got to have faith.
Yeah, you've had a lot of faith.
A lot of faith, and
after you fucking sprayed them.
I sprayed them, and I did say 80% me, 10% Tedesco for that day anyway.
Yeah.
And 10% Robbo.
Yeah.
Now, I'll probably rephrase that. I'll now say probably 90% me. And then I'll give just 10% of an all-round team performance, and that's Robbo included.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's
That's
fair enough.
That's probably fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, like,
how good though?
What else do you say, mate?
If you'd have asked me at the start of this year, will the Roosters scrape into the finals and the Knights finish 5th, I'd say you're fucked.
Yeah. But hey, you're there.
We're
there.
We're here.
I think
this is the best situation.
Yeah.
In terms of potential, it's going to be hard to make the grand final for one team, let alone both. But that's the only potential of both making it, was to finish where they finished.
I would have liked to have versed you next week, though. That would have been really
I reckon
good.
we would have fucking humped you.
I don't know, man.
Good to go, mate.
I don't know, man. We're on a pretty good run. I don't know.
We're on a 9, so...
Anyway.
Yeah,
I think we both deserve this.
It's been a lot of, heart in your mouth sort of shit, isn't it? The last, 2 months?
Yeah.
3 months?
Mate, I've been watching the finals for fucking 6 weeks already.
Yeah. The Knights haven't been safe by any stretch, but...
Yeah, true.
It's been... We've, had to have that winning streak to even, get in there.
That's very true. Yeah. Very true. Just before we start also, I just wanted to just play you something.
Sure.
I don't know if you remember, but...
We're making the 8, mate, I'm telling you.
You reckon?
We're making the 8.
50?
Huh?
$50?
Oh, fuck. We didn't shake on it.
If we beat the Broncos this week.
No, there's no...
Nah,
we're doing it. You're saying it now.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Surely. If you're that confident.
Fuck it.
That looks like a shake right there, mate.
Fuck.
You thought that was the easiest.
I forgot all about
I know
it.
you did. I know. I've been thinking about it all weekend just to fucking stir you up, but I've kept it for this moment.
You dog.
Oh, you thought that was an easy 50.
I did.
And I thought I literally sold my soul for that. And
there you go.
Came
Worth
off.
it.
Came off.
What can I do for a win this weekend? Good stuff. I'll have that for you next week, mate.
Thank you. As you said, I turned up in this and you just said, bad juju. But I said, just off air, it's good juju because since I did this, we've been winning.
Yeah.
That's why I'm putting 90% on me, bro. That's why it is.
I didn't come in mine.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I don't want to fuck
But
whatever's going on.
When I walked in, you said you're an idiot because it's bad juju. And it's not because we win when I wear this.
But now that you've wore it again, does that break it?
No. To be fair, the day that I wore it,
you still got humped by the Broncos, didn't you?
Yeah, we got bumped next week. But it's the big picture,
Yeah, yeah.
Big
you had
picture.
to sacrifice that win.
I had to sacrifice being an idiot for a day, for a week to get that loss to go on a win streak again.
True.
Anyway, anything else you want to talk about? I just wanted to bring that up before we started.
No, thank you for waiting
No worries.
and not telling me over the weekend. It's a pretty good one to have in your pocket.
It was.
I did not remember at all.
Yeah. I forgot, and then I remembered, I don't know, sometime over the weekend I was like, oh, that's right. And then I saved it for you.
So good.
Let's get into your turd of the week, mate. I mean, your gun of the week.
My gun of the week.
Let's do that one first.
So I had 2.
Right.
So I had Kieran Foran as just a singular gun. Hat trick. He's never got a hat trick before.
Yeah, he was fucking good,
Gets
mate.
a hat trick. And it was winding back the clock. I don't have any stats because I'm not a stats guy. But yeah, it was a good game.
It was a
Good
good
to
game.
see him. Like, he's obviously playing busters as well.
Yeah.
After every try, he's like fucking like hobbling back.
I messaged Ed after he scored his second one, and I just said, like, how does it feel to have literally a granddad run through the middle of your team,
Yeah.
like 10
Scoring
minutes
a
apart?
hattie.
How disgraceful are you as a club?
What did he say?
He didn't reply.
Well, that shows you everything you need to know.
Got no ticker, those
heart.
fucking Bulldogs supporters. Or Bulldogs in general. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Yeah.
But yeah, Kieran Foran,
Yep.
how good.
Who's your second one?
So my second one,
Even though you fucking have a blow up every time I do this every week.
nah,
so.
oh yeah, I don't even need to look. It was the game on Thursday night.
Good game.
Broncos and Storm, like it
Yeah.
was a sort of big team.
Yeah,
Fuck, it was good to watch.
it was good. That was probably my favourite, other than one other game this weekend, but that was my second favourite game this weekend.
I really like that game.
Yeah.
It's so good, like just throwing the ball around and
Pretty high quality too.
high quality
Yeah.
until maybe like 20 minutes
Last
to
little
go.
bit when fatigue really set in.
Yeah,
You could
and,
see.
like,
But before
like
then,
Tristan Saylor like dropped a few, and there was a few like weird passes either side of the either team.
yeah.
But no, good game.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Who have you got?
So I have, I don't know if I can say this name, Sualuvu Falongo. He was a gun. He was an absolute gun. So he was definitely, there's a couple, right? So he was definitely up there. I thought, he came on instantly, just had an impact. When he first come on, I just watched him, and then he was like the first 3 or 4 minutes when he made that break and then scored, and I just watched him that whole play of like the sequence, and it was just like you're just like, fuck, this kid's special. Like I think Storm are going to do a lot to keep, like they're going to struggle.
Where's
to
he
keep
going to
him.
play?
Yeah, they're going to struggle. I don't know where you play him.
Where do you play him?
Don't know.
Pappy's your guy, like going forward, right?
I don't know, dude. You'd have to probably let him go.
You'd probably
and it's
have
probably
to.
the same as Tristan Saylor. Like
Yeah.
he's probably going to have to move on as well. Like he was really good.
He
And
was.
he's proven it a few times this year. He's too good to be playing in the Cup, man.
He
So,
has like that 60 minutes
yeah.
of like brilliance, and then like
Yeah.
20 of like a bit, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe that's why he's still
Yeah.
fringe on
Yeah.
the fringe or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah,
killing,
he was
still
killing
killing it. Like doing a job in like replacing Walsh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My other one was Big Sammy Dubs. Oh, mate.
he's like
He's fucking
scary, like-
resurrected the Roosters, honestly.
100% he has.
Yeah.
He's
Just-
like playing like this.
We can attack on both sides of the field now.
Dude,
like crazy.
He's got like he's been working on his kicking obviously too. He's
Yeah, he
getting
kicked.
a bit more
He
distance,
predominantly
man.
kicked the other night.
Yeah,
Kiri barely kicked.
Kiri. I barely saw Kiri play.
I barely saw him play as well. And then at the end of the game, fucking Ennis and shit's like, oh, it was this and this, and then Kiri's class on the end of it. And I was like,
What?
mate, all he did, the only thing I saw Kiri do the whole night was he dummied to no one like JT used to do, and then did that cutout down the sideline, which had got that power go down the sideline back
Yeah.
into Teddy for his try.
Yeah.
I didn't see him do
That's it,
anything
though.
else the
Yeah,
whole
neither.
night. Nothing.
Neither.
Everything else went through to Sam Walker.
Yeah. Didn't he have 3 try assists?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
he had at least 2.
Yeah.
And then he scored a try.
That try that he
that
scored.
try when he like stepped back in, I thought that was better. Like the try he scored was very like Sam Walker-esque, but
like that was just instinct, like
know,
running
yeah.
back behind the
Yeah.
guy,
And then just
for
like,
the ball to maybe be there.
I know. But that step when he basically, yeah, we'll talk about it in a sec with someone else on the Rabbitohs team, but he literally got the defense to come in. Well, they rushed him. They tried to rush him. It was almost like Joey-esque, like stepped back in and just rifled this pass out to the wing for that try. That was like,
Yeah,
oh,
it was good.
that got me hard. I'm not gonna lie. I was throbbing.
It's
I was full
the,
blown throbbing.
and there's like it's the time.
Yeah.
It's the perfect time to
is, yeah.
hit that form.
Yeah, and you sort of look at Robbo and you go, fuck, it was a big call leaving Drew out. He's playing well, but that's why.
Justified.
Because he can do that shit.
Yeah,
and
Drew can't do that.
can't do that.
No.
Drew can kick, great. But
I'd take that over
you know,
kicking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But he shows that that's what he can do. And then the other one, I've got a third one, and this is probably just more important. And it's not necessarily a gun of the week, but more, I just wanted to point out that, Billy Smith just basically made Campbell Graham his son all night.
Trust you to have your guns sucking off the Roosters.
Oh, well, look at me. Who else would I pick right now? You idiot. Fucking hell. Yeah.
Fuck.
Billy Smith just fucking tearing up the last 4 or 5
Yeah,
weeks.
he's
really
been
good.
killing it. Hey?
Yeah. If he's not our starting centre next year, we've got issues in that club, I'm telling you now.
Manu and Smith.
Yeah. And then
But
it
then
comes
would-
back to that debate of where does Suoliti play.
Well,
Because you've got Dom Young, he'll play.
Didn't Dom Young want to be a centre or some shit?
Nah,
You
he'll play
reckon?
on the wing, right wing. But then where you play Suoliti, this is going to be the thing. So
Yeah.
good depth to have. But I said to you
Maybe he'll
a couple
go to
weeks
Dragons.
ago, I guarantee he'll. I don't guarantee it, but if there's no injuries, I could see him leaving early for
Union.
Union. Yeah.
What about Dragons?
Nah, fuck off. Idiot. Why would he ever go there? Turd of the week, who you got?
Seb Chris.
Seb. Oh, yeah, that was bad.
It was fucking bad.
It was bad, but he did tuck his head as well, which made it look
Yeah,
way
I know,
worse.
and he always does.
Yeah.
Like both, like Mulatalo and
Yeah.
Katoa always tuck their head.
Like, he went like that, like
Yeah.
full. It wasn't like a little bit. It was
No,
like really obvious.
But also, like, the position he got put in was fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Like, as soon as it happened, I was like, that has to be a send off. Just looks so bad.
It looked awful.
Awful, yeah. And yeah, I think he's looking at 4 to 5 weeks, which is weird considering Hargrave's got 7 weeks.
Yeah,
for
his
his shit,
carryovers
but
and shit, though.
2 charges or whatever.
Yeah,
But
he had like 3 carryovers as well from other games or some
Yeah.
shit. They were saying the other day on like Bloke that he's been
heard.
charged like 11 times this year or something.
more than Radley.
It's like double
Yeah.
as well.
Fuck. I think it was 14 and Radley was 7.
Yeah, there you go. But I
So
think his
fucked.
Bradleys were all like
Dangerous contact.
dangerous content. Yeah, like real bad ones. Fuck, you love them.
Fuck. Who was yours?
Mine was the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You know, season on the line. I know you're versing the Panthers, and they were going to come out and prove a point with their full squad, but to dish up that,
When
to not
like,
even
you
make
had to
it
win.
close.
Yeah.
Like it was it's 26-0 at half time.
Yeah.
Like you could put a bit more of a fight up than that. You had
Yeah,
basically
fully.
a full strength team, no one out really.
No.
Like maybe,
There was no one. I think.
yeah, Nanai maybe. That was probably the only one.
Yeah. Val Holmes was back.
Val Holmes is back. You know, they still had I think Lukey and Luciano on the on the edges and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And then there was a full strength team, man. So to dish up that, I thought it was pretty poor.
Yeah.
And probably well deserved them to miss the 8 after their
that
inconsistent
form
year.
slump, yeah.
You know, like you could say that about us, I guess. Like people would argue, but you know, at least we've shown form at the right end of the year
Yeah, yeah.
consistently. You know, they've sort of been up, down all
Oh,
year.
for like the period there in the middle, they were like the form team of the comp.
Yeah, but then it's like and then you look back at that and you go, yeah, but was that because that was a period when Origin was on?
Yeah.
And all these other teams are depleted and,
Yeah.
you know, players aren't playing at 100%.
And their
and all this
Origin
shit.
players are just coming back from Origin
Yeah.
and all this high. and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's when they did really well. So you don't really know, but
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
that was my turd of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man, that's probably it for all that. I guess we just want to go through the news earlier in the potty, just because we've got a few other things to touch on. First, I just want to start with the Bulldogs chat around what's happened there in the past weeks.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about it since we've done the pod. How do you sort of see it all, man?
It's kind of hard to like have a massive opinion on it, I think,
Yeah.
without knowing like the full details.
Yeah, who
right?
it is and all everything.
Yeah, like because like some reports are like, yeah, we just made him wrestle 30 guys or whatever, and the other reports are like, oh no, but he left because of mental health, and it's like, what do you say? Like, what's the right? How far should you take it? Like when we're talking about it,
Yeah.
because it's like obviously a pretty sensitive
Yeah, for
topic.
sure.
Like, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it's probably a bit of both ways. Like, it probably sounds like they went a little bit over the top, I think, with like what they probably made him do and stuff about
Yeah.
someone being late. But at the same time, they're trying to push standards. But
Yeah,
it's like anything. You go into a job these days and, you know, you can't, you know, I even look back at, say, when I was 18, 19 or whatever, and I was working at, you know, a factory, like when I was working at that factory, and
Yeah.
I'd be getting sworn at, fucking everything, like, you're not going home till you fucking finish this, you little cunt, like all this sort of shit. And, you know, that was only, 10 years ago. And even now, you can't, if someone spoke to you like that in a work setting now, you could
HR
easily, you'd be
fucking-
fucked.
yeah.
You'd be honestly
yeah,
fucked. So it's even though it's professional sport and these players are paid to do whatever and be there for a certain period of time, there's still I think a duty of care that the club has to have on the player.
Yeah.
And I think doing that sort of stuff there's probably a line, and to me it seems like without knowing everything, right? We're just speculating.
Yeah.
I think they crossed it. And then you look at who's in charge. Yes, Serraldo there, but then he's surrounding himself with, Gus and all these Bulldogs,
ex-Bulldogs
greats
greats
that probably done a lot of that shit back in the 2000s. But at the end of the day, times have changed. It's 20 years on.
Did you hear Braith talking about it on NRL 360?
But he's another one though.
Yeah, I know. That's what we're saying. Like, there's all these different opinions, and like someone like Braith in the media and all that.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, oh well, that's how we did it, and if you can't handle it, like fuck off, like out there. It's not really being.
Go watch a game. Go watch a game from 20 years ago and see how many people throw elbows and fucking knees.
But what I'm saying is
knocked
like
out. It doesn't. But that's what I'm saying.
No.
The times have changed.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like he probably shouldn't be throwing around those comments because it's like a pretty sensitive issue. And
100%, those guys just don't get it, and I don't think they ever will because
they're grown in this different time.
They grew up in a different time.
Yeah.
They're
not even that much older than us. But
no, they're not. But even I don't mean in terms. Yeah, but they actually experienced it. Do you know what I mean? It's different probably from us from looking from the outside in because we can change because we didn't go through it.
Yeah,
we just watched footy, right? Whereas they were.
I'm talking about the whole mental health thing, right?
Yeah, that for sure.
We've all grown up around the same sort
of
time.
That for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like I just think they probably went a step too far, and I heard like they're even thinking about legal action and stuff. The player is and management and stuff. So it's like, I guess it was pretty bad.
Hectic. Yeah,
I seen a report about there was a player there that was in the top 30 that wasn't that player that said what they did was pretty fucked and like out of line. Like,
I saw that.
So for even other players coming out saying it, then like it must be
fucked. Like
pretty fucked. And I heard that was a pretty senior player that said that too. It wasn't just like
another development guy or something.
Yeah. So yeah, dude.
It's pretty pretty wild.
Yeah,
and I understand like you want to set standards and like the culture, but like surely there's other ways.
Yeah, man. And I think
like a monetary fine would
look at the Storm, probably the best example of it, bro. Like they set standards and their standards are very high. And I know that like it's taken a long time to build that, but you don't see them doing that shit.
No.
Do you?
No.
Like they build standards.
Was it like that at the start though?
Maybe.
Like when they were all Cam Smith and all that were coming through.
Maybe it was 20 years ago, so
it's different. You got to adapt.
You can't do it anymore,
And like Serraldo keeps like referencing like the club I came from. We have long work days, and we have this, and we have that. But
I'm all for. I don't care about the long work day thing.
I know, but like obviously he's not trying to implement things that he's learned at Penrith.
Yeah.
To over here, but it's like it's a different group of players.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Success isn't there, and they don't have this gun halfback coming up. They don't have this gun 5'8". It's a different setting. Like maybe you just have to adapt to that. You can't just implement the same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree with the the talk around like the work days and stuff, and they were whinging about that. Like whatever, it's a fucking 8-hour work day. Like that, deal with it kind of thing.
Everyone does it.
But it was the other shit. That was the other shit that I think they probably overstepped the mark. But
yeah, for sure.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
How about we obviously spoke last week about Ricky blowing up. The cameraman apparently come out and apologised to him.
The CEO of Fox came out and apologised.
Is he just not like...
Apparently they have an agreement.
Does Ricky have like something on these
Apparently they're mates. And Fox have an agreement with Ricky that they're not going to like have cameras in his face and shit because he's so emotional and stuff. But it's like...
That's
we all fucking pay for it. Like, you're paid by the fans. Really.
I don't give a fuck if you're in agreement with anyone, mate.
If you're blowing up, I want to see it.
Yeah. So, like, they can show any other coach.
Yeah.
But he gets special treatment, does he? And it just shows you that exact thing, literally shows you the bias they have on the Raiders and Ricky.
Yeah.
And when you watch NRL 360, you watch, like, anything to do with Fox.
Man.
When anything to do with Fox.
Yeah.
Everything is pro Raiders, pro Ricky.
Yeah.
They never put him in the hot seat.
No.
That cunt, honestly.
Never.
Like, look at their fucking... Their form just dipped this year. Not once have they questioned his job.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Doesn't get brought up, bro. Like, it's
weird.
fucking mental, eh?
Yeah, it's weird.
Can you, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine telling someone to fuck off and then the person you told to fuck off has to apologize to you.
Because obviously got rang up by the boss being
Yeah.
like, oi,
Oi, you better fucking say something.
oi, fucking go tell him.
Quick. I'll sack you. Fucking unbelievable, eh? It's just wild, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But he told me to fuck off. No, you fucking go over there, mate. Tail between your legs, tell him sorry.
Sorry, Ricky.
Sorry, Ricky, love you.
Jesus Christ. Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Did you see the report when Alex McKinnon came out this week and said how he wants Latrell? I don't actually mind it. It's a pretty good take. He wants Latrell to play 5'8" next year, Walker to play halfback, and then Whiten to play fullback. It's not a bad shout
I don't
because
mind that.
Whiten works hard. He's fucking he'll work hard off the ball and he's got the
100%.
fitness there.
He's a big
Trell
boy.
doesn't have the fitness.
No.
And when you're 5'8", you can just play right, left side. So
Yeah,
he
but
can
he's-
sit on the left.
But is he going to, is he fit enough to make 20, 30 tackles a game?
Well, I'm sure you can do it in centres.
Yeah, but you don't make that many.
Yeah, but it's only one play, one in.
It's two further out.
No, it's one in from the when you're defending.
No,
Yeah,
second row, 5'8".
second row is inside, isn't he?
Winger, centre, second row, 5'8".
Yeah, true. No, the second row doesn't he defend inside the centre? The 5'8"?
inside, no, outside the 5'8".
Right.
Winger, centre,
Are you sure?
second rower, 5'8". Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, fuck, you say that, but then you watch most teams, man, they're all
Yeah, I know.
you line up there, but within a set, sometimes
you
you're
just
fucking in the middle of the field
Yeah,
or whatever. It
I know,
doesn't
I
really
know.
matter.
But I'm saying,
He can play it, man. We all know he can play in the line.
But he can, but if he was to be put at centre, which I wouldn't be mad about, which he won't want to because he wants to be the guy.
He won't play centre. I'm not saying centre. I'm saying 5'8".
No, I'm saying he should go to centre.
Yeah, but then you lose what he's good at, which is his ball playing and his kicking and shit. You play him in centre, it's
But
like
he'd
you're
be a
taking
centre
half
like
of
he
him
plays
away.
for the Blues, though.
He will never play centre again, or he'll retire. I guarantee.
For a club.
He won't play centre again. For
Blues?
For Blues, he will.
Yeah.
I mean, for a club, he'll never play centre again.
Yeah, right.
So, why don't you move him to 5'8"? Makes the most sense.
Yeah.
You can't tell me even in 3-4 years he's going to get slower and he's
Maybe
already
even
pretty slow. He'd probably play there anyway, man. 2-3 years. So why don't they just do it now?
Maybe true. Maybe he could defend at centre for a few sets of a game and then attack in 5'8".
The reason I say that about the whole the halves anyway is they normally just go out. You look at the halves, they normally go on they'll defend on the wings and shit when there's kicks or anything, man, because they try and stay out of any sort of thing as much as they can. It's only really at in their sort of defensive ends that they actually line up in the right areas normally. If you watch most games, the wingers will push in a lot of the time and stuff, unless
Centers
it's
will come
fourth,
in,
fifth tackle where they have to push back.
True.
Because you look at this wingers and centers these days anyway, they're fucking huge, man.
What do you do?
You'd
with
rather
it?
them taking the contact.
So with this whole thing, Ilias is just is that what we're saying? Is that what people are saying? Is that
Off
what
of
you're
form,
saying?
I'd say, yeah.
Yeah.
He's been shit.
Yeah.
What's he done this year?
Nothing.
And this was supposed to be his breakout year.
Well,
He's
they
been
were
fucking
coming
shit.
first after 11 weeks.
You've had one of the all-time fucking greatest collapses in
Yeah. It's
fucking
been
history.
bad.
It's been awful, man.
Yeah.
So I look at it and I'm like, well, sorry,
See
catch you later.
Yeah. Someone, a Tigers or some shit would pick him up.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I think something has to change because it didn't work.
Yeah.
So it has
So
to.
yeah, but then the other thing is, it's not even just about Latrell playing there. It's Walker playing halfback.
Yeah. Is that going to work?
And then if you do that, do you
It's
just
only
play?
for 2 years anyway.
Do you play him off the opposite side? So you keep, even though he's playing halfback, you keep him on the left.
Like what they do at the Knights.
Well, the Roosters do it.
Hastings is halfback, which plays on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Roosters play. Yeah,
They play like the authentic
yeah, the authentic
style
yeah.
or whatever the
Yeah.
generic style.
But then a lot of teams just change numbers on people's backs and they play in the same position.
Yeah,
Like to be fair, halfway through the year, the reason why I got confused them was because halfway through the year, Kiri was playing 7, Manu was playing 6. What side was Manu playing on?
Yeah, left.
The right.
Wasn't he left?
No, he's playing the right, and Kiri stayed on the left. So it doesn't matter what
Right,
they just change the numbers over. They stay on the same side of the field that they're comfortable on, right?
Yeah.
So he'll just probably do that still.
It's just like, why don't they just put him in the right number? Like, why is Hastings just not a 6?
Because he's the halfback.
Yeah,
It's the nostalgia of it, mate.
Yeah, he wants Joey's number.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I guess it's not necessarily just about what side of the field they play on. It will always also depend on like when the 5'8" does wrap, who's the first receiver, who's second receiver. You know what I mean? Like because the halfback should still always be the first receiver, but then
but if we're just
it changes on
halfback,
set plays
like,
and shit.
You just like you can call anyone a halfback, right?
Well, that's why they don't really like. I know it's not even really specified these days. They just say halves, right? And it's the same position on one side of the field and the other, really. Like, unless it's more of a specific, like, one's a ball runner, one's not, you know,
like Mitch Moses and Dylan Brown.
Yeah. It's a bit different. So,
Yep.
some of them have, like, more of a dominant half, right? Where it's, like, normally the 7. So they'll put whoever's a more dominant kicker or whatever, or organizer, they'll give that to the 7 no matter what.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. I don't know, man. I don't mind the take, to be honest. I can't see it. I can't see why not. They should maybe just try it at least and see what
100%.
happens. Like,
Give it half a year, or what can't be any worse. They're not in the finals this year.
Yeah.
Will they come 10th?
Because they're saying, like, you're saying about, you know, he won't have the fitness to play in the line and defend. Well, he doesn't have the fitness to play fullback. We know that now.
But
like
he did though.
But
up until he had that injury.
then he came
Blues,
back and
and he was out for like 10 weeks.
Yeah, but I don't even know if it's fitness. I think it's a mindset thing, bro.
But is
He
the
can
mindset
he
going to
can
be
back
like,
up on those plays, but he just doesn't.
Yeah.
He never has.
Yeah.
Like, but it's not been an issue because they were winning last year and shit, and the year before. They're like, oh, you can play fullback. I'm like, yeah, no, he can. I know he can, but it's like he doesn't do the little bits that you need in this game,
for the
this day and
fullbacks
age. You need to be able to, you know, back up. Can you back up your half? Can you swing to both sides of the field, set after like tackle after tackle?
Yeah.
Like if you are on the right and you swing and the player goes out there and someone gets tackled, can you
got to get
back into position on the other side to play onto that side, or you just going to sit out the back and
take
walk
that advantage
with your hands on your hips, which is what he does most times. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, if he can get that right, he'd be unstoppable. He'd be the best one in the game.
For
but
sure.
you know, clearly he can't. So
Or he won't.
why don't we keep his ball playing? He's got a great kicking game. He's a big kicker.
Yeah.
You know, why don't they just
get
put
in
him at
touch on the
5'8"?
ball more? Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
that
I
take.
don't mind.
I don't mind
like
it.
Cody Walker at half though, like
I don't know. As we were just saying, it's not really much different, right?
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it has I don't know.
But Cody Walker's not like a dominant half. Like he's not a kicker, a game organizer. He's the flary runner. That's where I think they might
Has
lose
Ilias
it.
been that?
Well, that's what he's meant to be, right?
But has he?
No, not really.
Well, what are you losing?
Yeah, it's worth a crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, cool. Oh, yeah, I just wanted to as well say how I heard that Luke Thompson might be signing for the Roosters
Of course.
next year. Did you hear that?
No, of course he is though.
Yeah, for a reduced contract.
Of course he is.
He
So
wants
what, you
to-
got Spencer Leniu coming,
Yeah,
him potentially,
yeah,
Dom Young's brother,
yeah.
someone else,
It's a real fast winger from the UK.
of course.
Another one. Supposed to be like the fastest player in the whole comp over there.
Of course.
I think he did his
But where's he going to
ACL.
play?
He'll be back up. I've watched highlights of him, man. They'd pass to the outside and he'd have like 3 meters of space and just fucking barn past
Gas it.
everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just rapid.
Wow.
Yeah. So we
Of
signed him
course
as well.
he is. Of course, Thompson's.
Yeah, apparently he wants
Linked.
to. I'd take him on a reduced contract. He gets injured a lot.
Yeah,
so
but I bet he'll like have a preseason with
yeah,
yous.
he might be
He'll
alright.
be like gun front rower.
Hopefully. You know, you look at that forward pack, it's pretty good.
Fuck yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Hargraves won't be playing for a while.
Depends how deep we go into this. Like, he might only miss the first 3 games or something of the
True.
year. Because I'm pretty
Apparently
sure
New
his
Zealand
New
games
Zealand
count.
games count.
Yeah.
And then the Vegas game. So he'll
That's
probably,
round 1 though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. He'll probably only miss 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's on 298 games too. So
he is. He would have,
could've-
if he's like made the grand final, the grand final would have been his.
I don't think so. Like,
I think that's
because
what
if
they
he
said.
played this week, I think that would have been
It must be
299,
297.
296.
No, because it would have been 298. No, it was 297, whatever it was, because he would have played last week.
Right.
And then, but it would have
Yeah.
been grand final, would have
Gotcha.
been 300.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
maybe he would have just retired after that anyway.
We'll never know.
Well, when we win the grand final, yeah.
Weirder things have happened. I'm not ruling out anybody. Really?
I'm ruling out Raiders.
Don't know.
All right.
I don't know. You never know. Finals
I'm ruling out the Raiders and
finals can do anything.
probably the Sharks because we versed them.
Anything can happen.
And then Warriors just haven't. I like Warriors and I hope they win and not against you guys, but like I hope they, do well. But they just haven't done much for me the last few weeks where I kind of feel like, I don't think so.
Yeah. Are we going to get into like the
We'll do it in a bit.
Like what can happen for the
Yeah, we'll do it in a bit.
Yeah.
Just wanted to bring that one up anyway. So yeah, come over, Luke. We'll have you. So last week we reviewed the Tigers, Dragons, Bulldogs. We also reviewed the Dolphins because on the ladder at that stage they were fourth last,
Yep.
but they actually jumped the Titans. So we'll do the Titans this week. So season review, we'll do the Titans, Manly, Cowboys, Eels, and then Rabbitohs. But before we do that, maybe we'll just go through the game results and get them out the way.
Yep.
Yeah. Broncos Storm, we did touch on it a little bit already. Great game. I thought that, it was pretty much just a back and forth tussle for a lot of the game. And then, I think the Storm sort of class just shone through a little bit.
Yeah. I think the Storm had 100 games more experience. From what I read earlier in the week.
Yeah.
Like kind of like showed.
Yeah. It
At
did.
the end, like for 50 minutes, it was so close. Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree. And then I think, I think they just, the Broncos were young and stuff, and the Storm were young, but I feel like they had a little bit more experience in their team.
Yeah.
And I think the Broncos just did a few things that sort of like cost them as well. Like, I think there was like a 2 points. They took a 2 points when there was when the sin bin happened and shit, where they should have just
put the foot on the throat.
I don't know why they did that, and then kind of just took all the pressure off them and stuff, and they could have kept rolling then, and they didn't really capitalize on that sin bin or nothing, man. So
I think after that kickoff, there was like an error or something, and Storm were just sort of down that end for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So all the pressure was gone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, man, Storm did really well, I thought. It was. I guess some of it was probably they couldn't really help it in terms of their injuries and stuff for the Broncos, but it is a little bit surprising they rest so many players and sort of took the second spot.
Yeah,
Especially because I wouldn't really want to verse Storm first week of the finals.
No, but I think I don't know. Wouldn't you think if you're you pride yourself when you're the best team, right? You don't give a fuck who you're versing.
Yeah.
That should be the mindset.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting this week because they played it's basically the same game again.
Literally 8 days later.
All the guns back in. So
yeah. It's going to be a good fucking game.
Yeah. We'll talk about it in a bit.
Yeah.
Manly Tigers. I didn't watch a second of this game, so I have no idea what happened.
Nah,
I just
watch it.
saw a humping.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Yep, didn't watch it. Move on. Go to Hello Sport, I always say. You want to listen to
Hello
anything.
Sport.
Rabbitohs Roosters.
Yeah.
12-26. What was your take on it, man?
Dominant. Usual dominant. At this, it was an arm wrestle, hey, for the first 20.
They just both look very cautious. I wouldn't say nervous, just cautious of not.
I'd probably
not
say nervous because no one wanted to make the big mistake that fucked the game.
They were nervous, but I think it was just everyone was like, let's just complete sets, not do anything dumb. It was just very pedestrian
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing. It was just very just the same thing, hit up, no one expansive,
No.
Feel them out
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. I think it was definitely a second half like domination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought there was a period there where it did switch for probably like 15 minutes.
They had a lot of possession.
We kept fucking dropping the ball
Yeah.
and giving it to them. And I'm
Yeah.
like, we don't even fucking lose it. We were dominant and there was a set and we were really dominant. And, I think even Hook or whatever was on commentary. He's like, oh, the Roosters are loving it here. We have made like 3 or 4 big tackles.
Yeah.
And then like literally it was like the next set, I think they kicked to us and we dropped it or something. And then you just felt the momentum shift a little bit. And then they scored. And then you were like, oh, fuck, like...
Yeah, it could be it now.
Yeah, and then you felt that momentum change and they were rolling. And then they nearly scored. I think someone ran through and fucking Crichton just got him on the legs and cut him right on the line. Great tackle.
Yeah.
And then they swung it left out to Walker on the 5th tackle and he tried to and they just all swarmed him.
Yeah.
And it was like, and then you felt it switch back. Like that was the momentum switch back. And then
he got blown too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you could see that he got frustrated. They were getting frustrated again because they couldn't score. Even they had I think when I saw it come up on the screen, it was like 70 minutes in or 65 minutes in, and it was they had 33 tackles in the second half inside our
20.
inside our 20, and we had 3.
Yeah.
And then this possession was, I think it said 68% to them.
Wow.
Possession in the second half.
It looked it too.
Up until 65th minute.
That would have made like Robbo and stuff and you happy. Like how he was so resolute in
that was
defense.
like 2019
I was
defense.
just about to say
that was what that
yeah.
reminded me of. I haven't seen it since then, man, as well.
When it needed to happen.
And the other time
like
I've seen it, I think, was last year when we versed the Storm near the end of the year. There was that real fucking big grind out game, remember? Real, and we beat.
It was
we
like
beat
a 14 to 12
them,
or some shit.
and it was just a fucking smash fest.
Yeah.
And like that was the last time I remember when we had a good our defense was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And
And on the weekend.
I think that was the first time this year I've seen it. But it's definitely gotten better each week. The defense has definitely improved.
On this little win streak that you're on, the win streak you're on, it's things of like coming together more and more every game. And it's like more of a complete game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it's pretty scary for other teams.
Yeah.
Because like yous are hitting that good form.
I think on the start of that run, or the run that we've had, the first thing that happened was our defense got right. And then we were winning games off our defense and just scoring enough tries.
Yeah, like you just got the win.
Yes.
Like you just had to get it. Yeah.
And then our attacks started to click, but then we hadn't really put both together. And then like the other night, we sort of got both right.
Yeah, for a good period, which made a dominant win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that Titans win, the first one that we had when I was in this kit, was the first time in the whole year we'd scored 30 points in the game.
Yeah.
And we're the last team to do it.
Yeah.
And since then, I think we've scored like 4 or 5 games with 30 points.
Yeah.
So it just shows it's sort of like, it flicked, and we
get
would have
that
got
one
30
thing
on the night, but Suoli didn't kick very well, so we would have been like, it should have been really like 34 or something like that. So good performance. There was another thing I just wanted to pull up before we move on is I feel like a couple things. One is like, although we don't have Hargreaves in the team, I read a take where like I feel like it might help us.
Yeah.
I think we've had Hargreaves around for so long and he's such a leader in that team and stuff and all that, which is great. But I feel like we need to move on a little bit from it. And I think we need new people standing up and new people leading. And I think Lindsay Collins
always been the guy. Like he's the enforcer. He's going to turn the tables. Like.
And, I think Lindsay Collins has been in the wing for so long and everyone says Radley and stuff because he's the same aggression. But I think Collins, you watch...
Collins has had like the best year of his career.
Last couple of weeks especially. And then I just feel like next week, he is the guy now.
Yeah.
Everyone turns to him to be the leader.
Yeah.
But he leads through effort, not aggression. No. It's different. Like he's aggressive.
Yeah, but he's
aggressive in terms of like, he's aggressive for the right reasons by, tackling hard, running hard.
He's not like high contact and he's not headbutting people.
Exactly. And then he's a leader because he leads with effort and then people follow that.
Yeah.
that was one take. And the other part to that is because of that, and they don't have that aggression in the team that's sort of like putting people on edge. I noticed it a lot the other night when I think they kicked into the in goal and I can't remember who it was. Someone jumped on the ball and Murray came in and but they called it like it was already like the play was dead kind of thing. It might have been a knock on or something.
Yeah.
And he jumped in and like smashed him on the ground, and then he sort of like half got up and Walker come over and pushed him like Sam Walker did. And Radley, like if you watch it back, Radley goes, fucking don't. And like grabbed Walker.
True.
Yeah. And said like, don't push him. And then it sort of a little bit of a scuffle started and then it just ended.
Yeah.
But if that was last year, start of the year, that would have been on.
6 weeks ago.
That would have been on.
Yeah.
Like think about that game last year.
Yeah.
Those little spot fires started, but they turned into this thing where Radley's getting sent off this and that.
That fucks your whole game up.
And I noticed it, and I just thought that's right there shows the maturity levels have changed, the thought process, and just like the mentality around. We're in the game. Like there's no need to fucking You don't need to do anything else.
To that level.
No, let's win the game. That's what we're going to beat them. And I think. All that other shit that's happened in the other years and stuff like that moment right there showed me like something's changed in Radley for sure. And he was a bit gun shy for the last few weeks, but I think he's come into his own a little bit now as well. And that moment he's got the right mentality. And I think that's just what the mentality of the team is now, play aggressive, play and all that, but fair and don't do anything dumb.
100%.
So yeah, anyway, we'll move on. Dolphins Warriors 34-10. You watch the game? I watched most of it.
Yeah.
But Warriors rest all their players.
I was at the races.
Yeah.
So I couldn't.
Dolphins rested all their players. So
I know we didn't tip it. Like I didn't tip Dolphins, but I tipped them on my work comp.
Oh, well.
And I got a 4 round.
Nice. Like I would have. It was hard because we didn't know who was out and stuff. So.
Yeah, too hard to make a decision on that.
Yeah, but Warriors it's not much you can really say on the game, man, because Warriors look like dog shit, but they were resting a lot of their players and, you could see they're already looking forward to next week.
Massive blow, Metcalf.
Yeah, that was week 4.
Yeah.
Hamstring.
Hamstring, that's right. Like, he's going to be a massive out for them.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like, Tamari Martin started the year and was going really well.
Yeah, but he hasn't played hardly.
He's been playing reserve grade for a little bit.
Like he hasn't played NRL and they've been like...
But it's not a bad backup to have.
Oh, 100%.
He started the year for him at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it was just because Metcalf was going so well, like he couldn't really get back in the team. Yeah. So he only went out because of injury as well.
Yeah.
So, I think, I don't know. They'll be all right with that. But, man, I think Dolphins, it was a good way to finish the year at home, for your fans and stuff. And everyone played pretty well.
Yeah,
so.
like we talked about it last week, but like, the year's been more successful than what anybody gave them credit for.
100%.
And to end the year on a win.
So what's that? They finished 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. They finished. Not too bad.
Not too bad. Everyone had them as spoon, so.
Yeah. So, not too bad, man.
No.
I think, they should be I think next year, we touched on it last week, but I think they should be finishing 10th to 8th next year. That should be their goal.
I agree.
10th to 8th with the players that are coming in.
For sure.
So, good game for them. But, Warriors were looking forward, as we said.
Yeah.
Panthers, Cowboys, I sort of touched on this a little bit, 44-12. Cowboys just didn't show up. They just ambushed them, man, to be honest.
And do you think, like we saw Para beat Penrith last week, and we're like, oh fuck, maybe Penrith are not the beast that they are. Then they like turn that like that up against a team that had every right to play for their year and just fucking demolish them.
Yeah,
without Luai.
I think it was like a blessing in disguise last week for me.
Oh, totally.
Because I don't think they would have played all their players if they lost. Well, if they won last week.
If Broncos won on Thursday night, it wouldn't have been the same team.
No,
but they couldn't have did such a drastic change. But like they wouldn't have had to trim there. They would have had 6 players probably play.
Yeah, it's hard to say, like, because I feel like they needed It's hard to say if the Broncos won the minor premiership. I don't even know if it was the minor premiership that was the reason they.
I reckon a bit of it was like
I think
we
a
want to
bit
finish
was,
on
but
top again.
I think a bit was also though like they haven't really Cogger and Cleary haven't played together.
No.
You don't want to join the finals coming off a shit loss.
Yeah.
Like
Totally.
so. I don't know, man. It's hard to say, but
Yeah.
I'm glad they did, and they fucking
know.
just dominated them. To be honest, man.
100%.
So, as I said, Cowboys. They showed. It was funny. We went to Riverfire in the afternoon with Ed and stuff, and we were just sitting there watching it. And I said like, "Oh, you watch Cowboys will come out second half, and they'll just like I think it'll be about 10 minutes, and they'll just fucking have a rocket up their ass from Toddy." Also, Omen bet come off. Just want to let you know, like did come off. Roosters into Cowboys. Remember?
I can't remember.
Yeah, last week when I said that our big dick.
Oh,
in.
yeah. Toddy, yeah.
Yeah, I said we'll finish over the Cowboys. Cowboys will lose, we win.
That's true.
Yep.
Did you bet it?
No.
Dick.
I did, but I put it in like a multi with other shit and then it didn't come off. I'm a coward. Yeah, and I don't even know what I was saying now. Oh yeah, they came out and they had the like little
little
spurt.
point.
And I messaged you, I was like, fuck, maybe I spoke too early.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, we made the finals.
Yeah.
And I was like, early crow, fucking come back to bite me.
Fucking bite in the arse.
Yeah, but then you're like, and then they scored like just after it. And
Yeah.
Nah, you're all good. But yeah. Not much more to say there, man.
Nah.
Dragons Knights.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I was pretty blind when I was watching it. Big day.
Yeah. I missed half of it, so I was out at dinner after Riverfire.
I think like no one was really expecting us to win.
Yeah.
We had.
I tipped the Dragons late. Yeah.
Yeah, we had like 7 regular starters out.
That's what I thought. I was like,
and Dragons are pretty much full strength.
And they've been playing pretty well. So I was
against
like,
good teams. Yeah,
And at home, you think they'd probably want to put on a bit of a show.
It was 12-0 after 15 minutes to the Knights, and it never really looked like Ben Hunt scored a try that sort of took it to be like 12-6 or whatever.
Yeah.
But Knights were in control the whole game.
Yeah, it was
a couple
weird.
of weird like errors, like players.
Yeah, you could tell they had their bloody thongs on already, couldn't you? Like the Dragons did. Like they
Sure, Mad Monday.
Oh mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
You would expect like if you're a fan, like you would want more than that.
Yeah, that was shit
against like a half strength Knight team.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
No, but did you see the Dommy's tries?
Yeah.
Dommy Hunt.
Oh mate, I was texting you.
God, I know, right?
So crazy.
So fucked. Like Ravalawa scored like a pretty good one.
Yeah.
But then Dommy like put 2 good ones on him.
When I saw the first one, I was like, yes, this is gonna rally him up. just to let you know he's coming to us next year.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yep.
Appreciated that. But yeah, good to get the win, 9 in a row. Momentum coming into the finals, man.
Imagine you lose this one.
It's possible,
It's
right? How high, like you're high, so high, right, for so long.
It's hard to win. It'd be hard to go on
We'd
a
have
run
to win
from now.
We'd have to win
well.
13 straight to win the grand final.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's massive, but I guess it's better than coming off a 5-game losing streak.
For sure.
You know, you're in that winning feeling. Everyone's like bought in. Apparently, Ponga's going to be good. Hastings is good.
Home finals big too.
Massive. Sunday Arvo at Newey. We've been going good at home.
Yeah.
It can't hurt. Like everything's in like sort of order for the Knights to have a good game.
Then you versus probably the worst team in the
anyone I think would want to have versed them first week.
Yeah.
And
to be fair, like I even said yesterday when I was talking about it, like although I wanted to verse you a little bit because like it'd just be fun for this and stuff, like, and you know, but if I preferred to verse the Sharks and I'd prefer you to verse the Raiders because I think we got both probably more of a chance of making it through.
Yeah. It would have been a crazy game like Knights versus Roosters.
Yeah, it'd be a fucking good game.
Yeah.
But, oh well.
And it would have been a Newey as well.
Yeah. The only way we can verse each other is the grand final now. Yeah. So.
Which I like it for like this.
Yeah.
We don't have to like
be
against each other.
But it would be good.
It would be good.
Just one big week of just fucking big rivalry.
Fucking into each other. Yeah. But also, like, I'm kind of glad because I didn't want to. It's like if we are into. Imagine if we were in the fucking grand final against each other, which it probably won't happen. But
yeah, I wish we were like on a thing. I would have like done like us watch the game together and done like a recording of us just watching the game and just like
not a live stream.
Huh?
We could do a live
We
stream.
could, but it's really hard to get like a live stream that's actually live. Like,
True.
do you know what I mean? To like
Yeah.
run it when it's actually live, and then you have to. Someone has to be producing it and shit while you're
Yeah,
fucking.
true.
It's a bit
we
hard.
could- yeah. Not yet, anyway.
No, maybe next year we'll do a
Maybe.
couple.
Maybe.
Yeah, Titans Bulldogs. I didn't watch it at all.
I did.
I saw
I had it on the
Ado
background.
Carr's first try. That's all I saw.
Yeah.
And then I
I
had a nap.
think we touched on it a bit earlier with like Foreign.
Yeah,
He's just like,
I saw that. Sorry, yeah.
it kind of got a bit hairy towards the end. There was a bit of a controversial call that when Bulldogs had all the momentum, they were like fucking 2 tries away from him.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
such a
annoying.
Titan.
I had Titans covering the line. It was 12.5.
Yeah.
And then I went and had a nap, and they were winning by like 18 points. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
fucking
And when they win by
sweet.
4, didn't they? Or 6.
Yeah, and I fucking woke
Yeah.
up, and it was 34 to 30. I was like, you kidding?
Yeah.
pissed
Sorry,
off.
going back to the Knights game. Fuck my multi.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. Ezra jumped on it too.
Seriously. I was like,
She was so pissed.
we're fucking in here. And he was offside by like a bee's dick.
Yeah.
And then it kind of didn't matter anyway because I had him the wrong way around on
Yeah, yeah,
Sunday.
yeah.
Like I had unders where it should have been overs, and I
Yeah.
had overs where it should have been unders.
Yeah.
But you live and you learn. But yeah, fucking edge of your seat sort of shit.
Mm.
But yeah,
Hectic, man.
but Titans, yeah,
Yeah, Titans.
good to get a
they-
win for the end of the year. But
Yeah, we'll
Much
review their
to do.
season in a second
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Sharks, Raiders. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
they were there was an arm wrestle, and then as soon as that Seb Chris spear tackle, game over.
Honestly, I didn't watch that game either because I was out to dinner
Yeah.
for Father's Day, so I
Yeah,
didn't see it.
no, I watched it, and it was very close, and it looked like Raiders were probably like they scored the first try.
Yeah.
Looked like they were probably had a lot of the momentum, but Sharks just kept turning them away, and so, as I said, like as soon as the spear tackle happened, it was game over.
What time
They
was that
scored
at?
off
How far in?
like 50 minutes or something,
Right.
like just in the second half, 53 minutes or something like that. So it was like 6-4 until that point,
Yeah.
and then that that was
Just done it.
it was done.
Yep.
But yeah,
Um.
and the Raiders had it all to play for too, right?
Yeah,
They were
man.
playing for a home final. Would have been Raiders versus Sharks at home. Like it's a massive one they've let fall like by the wayside.
Yeah, they're just. I just don't think they're very good, bro. I honestly don't. I don't think they're.
I
Very
just
good.
don't want to bag them because you never know what can happen in rugby league. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just think it's been a weird year for them. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people didn't even have them finishing top 8 like 5 weeks ago. So for them to still be there
Yeah.
is good and a testament to the start of the season they had. But
Yeah, for sure.
it's just been a weird end to it.
You see how they're like first team to finish in top 8 and haven't won a game by 13 plus.
yeah.
Like
And they're
first time
also
ever.
like minus 135 or
Yeah.
some shit.
Mental.
It's so nuts.
Crazy.
Usually minus 2, aren't you? You're minus like 30 or something.
Yeah.
It's
Minus
crazy. I didn't.
30, I
Has
think.
that even happened before? Like 2 teams with a negative points?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Definitely negative, but like
130 and not won a game over 13 plus.
Yeah.
In a whole year is fucking weird.
that's wild.
Out of 27 rounds.
I love the fact that we were 10th going into this weekend too,
Yeah.
and we finished 7th. Not even 8th. We finished
Yeah.
7th.
It's crazy.
How does that happen?
It's crazy.
How do you jump like that many
Dude,
places?
It's fucking wild. This is like how good the comp is this year.
Yeah.
Or how long it is.
Yeah.
Either or.
All right, man. That's all the games anyway. Let's do a little season review. So we'll start with the Titans. What did you sort of make of their season?
I thought they were good in patches.
Yeah.
And people were like, this is the year. Like, you know, they'll make finals. They had a good team. Everyone was sort of playing a bit better with Kieran Foran there. Just went flat, didn't they?
Yeah, I think.
They can't, like, they get those games where they have like a 20-point lead and they just shit the bed. Like
Yeah.
the Dolphins game like
Yeah,
earlier in the year,
yeah.
they just shit the
Yeah.
bed. And it
Yeah,
happens all the time. It nearly happened yesterday.
I know. You'd almost say that was a little bit of Holbrook, like hope, like you hope
Yeah.
moving forward that's what that was.
Yeah.
He wasn't a very defensive-minded coach.
No, scored more than the other team.
Yeah. So you hope with him gone, it sort of, it did steady the ship a little bit, and then they had flashes of really good, as you said, like really good sort of brilliance and stuff. They've got a gun team, man, like
They
a
do, yeah.
pretty solid team.
I I think
I'd put their team. If you look at their team on paper, if you just put all teams on paper, their team should be in the top 8.
Yeah, it should be.
You know,
Yeah.
like you'd put their team in front of like the Warriors,
The Raiders.
These sorts of teams. Like
Yeah.
in terms of talent, pure talent.
Yeah. I think next year, like with Dez and like reuniting with
You'd
Kieran
hope,
Four and
yeah.
stuff, like
Des always finds some gems like hidden in the squad
fucking
as well,
does, man.
and just pulls them through. You look when he was there, and like at Manly, and you got, fucking Brad Parker and Morgan Harper and these sorts of guys. He just found them out of nothing, man, and brought them through. And
like even when he went to the Bulldogs and stuff, and like they were pretty average before,
Yeah.
and then they made the grand final.
exactly.
It's like he's like that type of coach, like
Yeah.
a Wayne Bennett style.
He's
He can,
almost
like,
gone
rally
in.
that, but he
Yeah.
kind of fucks it for years later or whatever, maybe
Yeah, I
with
know.
some weird signings, but maybe not with this team. But like the time that he's there, they like competitive.
Mm.
He's a good coach,
Yeah, man. He's
but it's definitely
he should
next year.
definitely. They should progress under him. You'd think.
I think so. Yeah.
You'd hope so.
Yeah. Where did they finish this year? Was it 13th
They finished
or something?
14th.
Yeah, they'll finish higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd hope. I think their goal would be top 8 100% next year, like with that team, especially if they got a Ben Hunt or something. You'd have to say.
I think he's declared he's staying.
Yeah, we'll
The
see.
Dragons.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I could see a pretty early leave next year or something if they're doing bad.
Yeah.
If the Dragons aren't doing well, I could see him.
Yeah, for sure.
See you later.
Yeah.
Manly,
Disappointing.
very disappointing.
I think like their season was fucked when Turbo got injured. When he's was
But
weirdly.
how many times are we going to rely on one
I know,
player?
but that's what their team is. It's like the Knights of Ponga before this year. This year, we played okay at the start of the year, but then we sort of fell to the wayside when we brought him back. But that's just their team, man. Like
Yeah, it's just
when he's firing, they're one of the best teams in the comp.
again, I'm still not sold on Seabold. Like I never thought that was a good appointment anyway. And he's made some fucking strange calls this year, man. Just some weird shit.
Yep.
Like playing, I don't know what.
KO Weeks at
KO
fullback
Weeks at fullback was fucking
over
stupid.
Garrick, and then now you see fucking.
And then they're playing him in the
Gawler.
centres, and he got absolutely destroyed against the Panthers.
Yeah.
I think Edwards scored like 4 tries, basically just ran through him the whole night. Remember that?
Yeah.
Mate,
It's
they've
weird.
made some weird shit.
He's
this
like
year.
the king of weird selections, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, they played Kohler the last couple of weeks at fullback, and he's
Been
fucking
great.
good.
I
That makes more sense though. You
is
know
there
what I
like
mean?
a world? Do you think next year where
centers?
Trebojevic plays centers and KO Cooler plays fullback?
The issue is, right, he got injured this year not because of his hamstring. He got injured because he tore his pec.
Yeah.
And he tore his pec playing in the line tackling.
He tore it
Yes.
scoring, didn't
No.
he, in Origin?
No.
Was it tackling?
He was tackling someone in the first minute of the game.
Yeah.
And he reached out
Yeah, that's right.
and ripped his pec. So it's like it
But
doesn't matter where you
that
play
is
him.
defensive technique, though, like a preseason at centre.
Nah, it's just a freak accident, man. He put his
Yeah.
arm out and fucking tore
That
it.
can happen anywhere. You could do that
Exactly.
at fullback.
Yeah, but
But
I'm
you have
just
more
saying,
chance
like,
of
you've
doing
got
it.
more
Yeah.
contact. So it's like, yeah, you're running at high speed. You've got more. You're running more, so you've got more load in running at fullback, 100%.
Yeah.
But then you've got more contact, and he's done his shoulder the year before, storing. That was the one you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then Peck this year, so it's like he's just basically made a fucking paper, mate. So it's like, what do you
Yeah, what do you do?
do, dude? So it's like,
I don't know. I just think they look
I don't
good
know.
with Cooler at the back.
if it was another hamstring injury this year, and he like tore it off the bone or some shit, and you're like, fuck, this cunt can't run more than a
But
certain
like,
amount.
is that like a retirement thing? Not a fucking where do you
Yeah,
put
but
him?
like it might just be load. Like he can't run over a certain load because and then he's hurting his hamstrings or whatever. But the last 2 have been upper body injuries off of contact or landing mechanics or something. So it's not necessarily. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do.
I think just getting back to the overall thing, like just disappointing. They still have the cattle to be competitive.
Yeah, they did. Like, I'll give them credit that they did, or like maybe not credit, but whatever. Like they did have a lot of injuries towards the end of the
their
year,
forward
especially
pack
their middle was
crazy.
fucked.
Yeah.
But they were gone before that.
Yeah.
Like, they
That
lost.
was just the icing on the cake.
There was they won against they won that game against Storm at Brookie. And that was almost looked like their turning point in the season where they're like, fuck, we're on track here. We don't need to keep rolling. And then they came out. I think
didn't back it up though.
Can't remember who they versed the week after, but it was they played
shit
shit.
team. Yeah.
And it was just like you felt it all just go out the wind out the sails.
It's like
and
that
like,
Storm win was like their grand final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just never. Like, I think they might have got a couple of injuries out of that as well.
Which is kind of weird. Like, I feel like Cherry Evans has probably been one of his best seasons.
Yeah.
Individually.
Yeah.
But as a team.
100%. He's been fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, they've just, as you said, pretty disappointing this year.
Yeah.
All right, next one was Cowboys.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
Like, there was a point where you're saying Cowboys finished top 4
Yeah.
earlier in the year. They've just done this massive
the start of the year, they
fucking
were really
rollercoaster.
bad.
They were terrible.
Yeah, really bad.
But then they hit this form. They won like 5 games in a row. They were pumping teams.
Yeah.
Then they were like a bit down, up, and then they just gone crashing.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
As you said, other than that period over really like Origin, that 8 to 12 week period there, they won a lot of games.
Yep.
They were poor most of the year. And it's weird because their team's basically the same as last year when they did really well.
Is it
so
like
you
fatigue?
wonder what it is?
Like, is it Todd Payton's like coaching? Like, what?
You just
what
you know
is
how
it?
some teams did a new system, a new thing, and they really fire on that first
buy
year.
into it real hard. Then like, well, it worked, but it didn't work.
And
so like, why should we do it
it's hard to
again?
know, if it's a continuation of something like that, or because as you said, like
They got a stacked team.
this team stacked. They've basically got the same players from last year. They didn't have really. The only one that I could say that they had a little bit of a loss was old mate. They went to the Dolphins.
Emma.
No, well Hammer obviously, but he didn't really play. Not Hammer. Gilbert.
Oh, Tom Gilbert.
Yeah, Tom Gilbert.
Yeah.
He was there last year.
Yeah, but Tom Gilbert. Yeah.
He was like.
Yeah.
He really helped their.
He did. He was like solidified their defense. Yeah.
So losing something like that's pretty big, but you can't put
They
the
had
whole
quite a
season on
bit
that.
like suspensions and injuries this year too. I suppose like Nanai was out for a while. Val's been out for a while.
Yeah.
But like that's self-inflicted too, right? Like,
Yeah,
that was-
exactly.
just disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just disappointing, man, as you said. So
Yeah.
they just need to regroup, and I don't know. It's hard because what's his name's a bit older now as well.
Chad Townsend.
Chad Townsend, like he's another 2 years older, and he was already pretty old when he left. Do you have much left? Do they have who's in the ranks? Who's the next person coming through?
Yeah, there's not been like signing news, like who's going there. Like it seems like it's going to be the same team next year.
Could you maybe move Dearden to 7? I think he's probably going to eventually be their 7 anyway.
Yeah.
For me, him to 7. I'd probably put Drink at 6, and then that Tom Chester. I know he did his ACL, but he was fucking good.
He was good.
I'd probably play him at fullback next year.
Maybe that might be a look going forward.
Yeah, that's something that I'd probably do. Or look at anyway. At least give him some reps in preseason. If Chester's back from his ACL, it depends where he is. Cool. Next one was Eels.
Disappointing. Oh my god.
At the end of the day, those 3-4 wins at the start of the year, that's what cost them, man.
Yeah.
Like if they
Well,
didn't...
it wasn't 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, might have been 5.
I think it's 5. I'm like, what? Where the fuck is the?
And then
Parramatta
they
from
made
grand
their
final?
way back into the 8.
For sure.
But
They were coming
then-
6th or 5th at one point.
But then, injuries from them
Dylan
cost
Brown
them. Dylan
thing,
Brown,
yeah.
Moses at the end of the year there.
Yeah.
Moses even going out into Origin. They lost a few games through that Origin period.
Yeah.
I remember there was that one game, I can't remember who they versed, but it was literally just like Hopgood and a bunch of fucking kids.
Yeah.
And they just got thrashed.
Yeah.
Because like Gutho was out that week.
Yeah,
'cause he was,
yeah.
in the last game.
and-
RCG.
Yeah. Polo was injured.
Yeah.
Polo was injured.
So
Yeah. To go from grand final the year before
yeah.
and not even, like, what, they finished 10th or something? It's a massive fall.
Their
premiership window
they
is
had some
gone.
strange signings and placing, like
Yeah,
where they
that-
played people this year.
Getting Hodgson was a weird one for me.
Weird one, and then they had that other guy coming through,
Hands.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then they like just stopped playing him,
Yeah. Which is weird.
and then they signed fucking Lussick,
Yeah.
And they basically were just playing Lussick over hands and didn't even give him a run.
It's
I'm
weird.
pretty sure he said he's leaving this week. I think I seen
Hands?
anything. Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah, maybe that's why then he was like kicking stones or something.
Well, I would be too.
100%.
Can't fucking get in that
You're
team.
NRL quality.
Yeah, should be in the
hooker.
team.
Yeah.
So that was strange for me.
Yeah.
And then I guess like I don't know, they're missing flair in their outside backs. I think they miss like, Sevo. You know what you're gonna get.
Yep.
But he's getting old, and I think he looks too big. Like he's too muscular, and he's not.
He is, yeah.
He scored a lot of tries this year, but like he doesn't really make any meters out the end anymore. Like he's oversized. That he's not fast.
Yeah. Who's the other winger? Arthur, eh? Jacob Arthur?
No.
No.
He's a half, man. He's a backup half.
Oh, no, and he went to Manly anyway. Who am I thinking?
There's Simonson.
Yeah.
Bailey Simonson was playing left centre.
Yeah.
There was
Who's
Sean
the other
Russell.
winger?
Sean Russell.
That's what I'm thinking, Sean Russell.
And then who was playing there?
Penasini.
Right? Penasini, yeah.
Yeah.
So Penasini's good. Like
Yeah,
he's
good.
going to be a gun from moving
he's just
forward.
young.
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah.
Sean Russell was all right, but I don't know. They're just missing, I think, another really good winger or
dominant
centre.
winger.
One or the other.
Like you need that your wingers and to be like
If
these
you could
nut
put-
truckers and
Yeah.
these crazy athlete finishers and fast as fuck.
Yeah, I
They don't
think
have
if
that.
you can get like a really good right winger, say if they signed like a Dom Young,
Yeah.
like that'd be just a transformed team.
Yeah, for sure.
And
You have that ability on.
Yeah.
But like Sevo, like it's like Newey at the moment, like Marju and Dom Young.
Yeah.
Sevo and
Same sort of
like
thing.
Suoliti or
Yes.
like someone crazy like that. Yeah.
Like a Suoliti,
Yeah.
be fucking great for him. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Him and Penasini are really good mates. They played a lot of schoolboys
union.
together.
Yeah.
Imagine them playing right centre, right wing together.
Crazy.
For a year.
Yeah.
That would be a really good signing if
It
they
would
could
be,
if
yeah,
they
yeah.
could somehow
Somehow
work that
wrangle it,
out.
yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
That would I think transform their team. I think wingers are very, very underrated these days.
100%.
They do so much work, and
They're
people
like-
think, if you're really good in the wing, you should be playing centre. But like centres do less.
Yeah. Wingers are doing these fucking massive kick returns.
Yep.
They're expected to finish all these like crazy tries and also like take runs up the middle
Yeah.
when the fight
Make
forward's
150
tight,
metres a game.
at least. If you're not making 150, you're not really doing your job.
Look at a prototype winger these days. They're 100 kilos.
Yeah.
Big fucking thickies.
Yeah.
And you have to run fast and be able to be athletic where you can jump in the air and fucking,
It's wild.
I think it's gone to the days where the wingers are paid less
Oh, for sure.
and,
It's a
and
massive.
the centres are paid more. I think the
it's the
centres
other
should
way
be on
around
less now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what I genuinely believe.
Yeah. Well, it's like second rows are basically playing center anyway. Like if there's
Exactly.
an injury, swap
You
it
just go
over.
out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, man. I don't have much more on the Eels.
Nah.
No. And then the last one, Rabbitohs. Touched on a little bit earlier,
They
but
were coming first at round 11.
what was their win-loss to by the end of the last, since Magic round, what did they go? I'd love to know. 'Cause
I'll have to. It'll take me a second.
That's all right. But yeah, they were fucked, man. Like, that is one of the worst collapses I can remember from a team in
Terrible.
a year. Like, they were literally like the favourites, man.
100%.
Because the Panthers weren't even going that well then.
So they versed Dolphins at Magic Round, didn't they? I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so they beat the Panthers the next week, beat the Broncos the next week, beat the Storm the next week, flogged the Tigers, and then so from round 12 they went loss, win, loss, and this is against like Raiders and Dragons and shit. Loss, win, loss to the Bulldogs. Loss, win, loss, win, loss, loss.
So they went.
So like
they had
probably
10
like
losses.
10 losses. And
It was 10 losses and I
wins.
think 4 or 5 wins
Yeah.
in the last from round 12 onwards.
Yeah, in the last like 4 months.
So they went 10-4, 10-5 or something. Fuck,
It's
mate.
pretty bad.
That's bad, man.
It's bad. And it all sort of like culminated with Latrell getting injured, which it shouldn't
Yeah,
be
that-
affect him, right? And
yeah, fuck.
Campbell Graham was in and out.
Yeah, he was. Every team's going to have injuries, so man, it's
For
you
sure.
should still be able to show up and win some of those games
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Against like a lot of those losses were St. George,
Yeah,
Bulldogs, Raiders,
Yeah.
like teams that they should be beating. Yeah.
100%, man. Yeah, they should have. Yeah, I don't. There was clearly shit going on behind the scenes, which eventually came out. They come out the week before, and they tried to make it seem like it was all rosy, like, oh, we're just going to let them do it. I'm like, mate, if you're having to let go coaches a week before the end of the year, fuck me, there must be some
like
shit going down.
Turmoil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Like proper fucked.
Yeah, you can't get through a week.
Yeah. It's wild. It's like it's a bigger implosion than Broncos last year. How they like were sitting 6th or whatever.
Yeah.
With 6 weeks to go and they fell out. I would argue this is worse.
Is there a world where if they start poorly, start of next year, Dimitrio's job's
Has to be
in jeopardy?
Has to be.
Because that team to not make the 8 is fucked.
It's crazy. It has to be. And you could have said the same about the Roosters this year.
Oh, yeah.
It was one of the
only
other.
thing is the only thing that I think would back up the Roosters a little bit more is that Robinson has runs on the board.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's the only thing. Dimitrio's done nothing.
Nothing.
So
he's inherited a crazy team.
Yeah.
And now they've not made finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Disappointing.
yeah, like yeah. I just as I said, the only thing you can say is like he's never shown it, whereas Robbo's shown he can do it. So that's kind
over
of
10 years.
Yeah, over a long period.
Yeah.
And they've only just re-signed him this year for 5 years, so they're probably not gonna.
No.
It'd be cost you a lot.
Yeah.
But they apparently re-signed him for 3 years, but had not announced it.
Wait,
and
Robbo? Oh,
Dimitrio, and they're saying that they're not announced it because they're wanting to get all their coaching staff together, and then they're going to do an announcement with their whole coaching staff. But it just seems a bit fucking weird, eh?
Does seem weird. Maybe this will be, we're waiting till the new year, or we're waiting till this now. Like,
yeah.
I'd be worried.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see him sort of hold off on it now for a little bit.
Yeah, I
and just
agree.
say, hey, we want to see.
We're going to do a review.
Yep.
We want to see what the plan is moving forward, who's going to be going where, who's playing what position.
I don't even think they'll do that. I think they'll just go, we're going to hold off on that new contract. We want to see how the first 5 games go of the year next year.
Yeah.
And then we'll
talk.
We'll reassess it from there.
Yeah.
That's what I think will happen, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
See what happens with them. Disappointing, though.
Yeah.
Word of the day. Disappointing.
All right. Finals preview. Let's go. Broncos Storm Friday night.
Massive game.
Rematch from last week, but
all the stars
are back. Potential lineups. What do you reckon? Everyone's basically back, hey?
Yep.
Obviously, this is Monday we're recording, so we don't have the lineups. You'd suggest, I think Hughes should be back.
Apparently,
for Storm.
Yeah. Apparently, Meany will be lining up as fullback.
Yes, you'd think so.
Pappenhausen off the bench. Playing a roaming lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think everyone that was out, like your Munsters, all them, they'll come back in. The interesting one I'll be surprised or to be interested to see is if Justin Mullen makes it back in the team, because he was fucking good the other night.
He was good, but against lackluster-ish.
Yeah, but he ripped,
though.
He ripped, man.
Yeah,
he knew that he needed to.
Yeah.
To get
but
to fight it.
So it's either him or Tonomapia.
Yeah, and they dropped Remus as well.
Too. Yeah.
You noticed that?
Yeah. But Tonomapia has been playing good.
He has, but who was the other winger? Who was the other centre?
I can't remember.
Is his name Young?
Wasn't it Remus Smith?
No, he was playing wing the other week, and it's because they've dropped him out as well, and they're playing some other young gun in there as well. So you know that Young Tonomapia, is his name Young Tonomapia?
I think his name's Young, last name Tonomapia.
Right. Because I kept, like, for weeks, you keep hearing, oh, Young Tonomapia, and I was like, are they just saying, like, he's like, young?
Oh, no, yeah, like young
or is
guy.
it his name?
No, it's his name.
Right.
Yeah.
And it didn't click. And I was like, why the fuck do they keep saying that? And then I was like, oh, it's his name. But I didn't know if it was like his hyphenated name
I
or
think
like
it's like saying
name.
like Cameron Munster.
Yeah, right.
Young Tonomapia.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was like Warrior Hargraves kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I think it's like his full name.
Right.
Yeah.
How
do you see it going?
Yeah. I think Broncos might get up.
Yeah. I agree.
I would enjoy the Storm winning.
Same.
But even though I hate the Storm, but I hate Broncos more.
But yeah.
And it helps us, whoever we verse.
If Storm win.
I think so.
Well, I was.
I've
looking
got
at
the
it
draw.
earlier.
I've
Yeah.
got it. I've got the switcheroo
Yeah.
draw. So if the Broncos,
You want Storm to win because then eventually in the prelims, Panthers would
Yes.
have to verse Broncos.
if the Broncos win,
They'll be in the prelim,
yeah, they win the. So if the Broncos win, they go to the prelim,
and then we'd
if
have
you
to
win,
verse them.
you'd
if
have
we
to
get
verse
there.
them.
Yeah.
But if the Storm win, you'd verse the Storm in the prelim,
Yeah.
and we would verse them next week. Fuck, I want Storm to win. Oh fuck, I think it's pretty hard draw either way. You've got an easy.
What do you
draw.
mean you want Storm to win?
I mean, I'd want
You want Broncos to win.
Broncos to win.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I think our side of the draw is easier
Yeah, 100%.
than yours.
Well, unless you get the Panthers.
But we wouldn't.
But if they lost, you would.
Yeah, we would. But you'd Warriors.
I know. But
Yeah.
for any reason, if
But
they
yeah,
did.
yeah.
So if we were to make the final, we deserve to be there.
Totally.
Because we'd have to beat either the Storm, the Broncos, and Penrith
Yeah.
to get there. That's fucked. We got the worst draw.
Yeah. Like, no matter what, you're going to have to verse Penrith
Yeah,
if
for
they
sure.
win this weekend.
100%. But to get to the grand final, we're going to have the worst draw.
Yeah.
So, fuck. Devastating. But anyway.
Yeah. I think
Gotta have
Yeah.
faith.
I'm going to tip Bronco. Oh, fuck. I'm going to tip the Storm.
Yeah, Dip Storm.
Yeah.
All right.
They've got the wood over the Broncos.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I just feel like none of their big guys were in. And I just feel like a lot of the young Broncos players that haven't really been around for that wood are just going to fucking rip and tear. I can just see it. You know,
Yeah.
I just
Like
feel like
Paddy
it's their,
Carrigan
I think
and
it's their
Haas
time,
and-
man. It's their time.
Yeah, they're guns.
And I feel like Storm, although they're good and they've got their systems, I just feel like
they're just not as stacked as
they're not as
Broncos.
stacked as they
Yeah.
even as they were.
Yeah.
You know, and I just feel like although they want to play to a level, I just don't think they're at it.
Yeah.
They're not at the Broncos level. I think they'll get them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Broncos.
I'll go Storm.
Cool. All right, next game. Saturday afternoon. Panthers Warriors.
Just quietly,
Yes.
like I've liked how the NRL have swapped that around because as far as finals are meant to go, it should have been Panthers versus Warriors Friday night.
And I'm pretty sure we were supposed to play on Sunday.
You were.
From what I read.
They swapped it around. So, because if Penrith played Warriors Friday night,
Be a short turnaround.
no, it wouldn't have started in New Zealand until 10 p.m,
Oh right.
like prime time, because here. So the NRL have said
Made him the early game.
we will swap them to Saturday, making it the 4 o'clock game. So it's 6 o'clock start in New Zealand.
Yeah, much
It's
better.
way
Makes
better.
more sense.
Yeah,
man.
way better. Way better for their why
Yeah.
should their fans
Exactly.
get robbed of it over there?
Yeah, exactly.
But
No, I
yeah,
agree.
and then I thought the same thing because we're going away to Ballina this weekend. I was like, I'm not going to be able to fucking watch the Knights at my own
Yeah.
house. And then
Yeah, I was actually
Yeah, we
pissed
are.
off because I was like, I was pissed off because I was thinking like, Roosters. I had like a training thing on Sunday afternoon, like another one of those game time things.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I might like be struggling to get back in time because
Yeah.
I like looked at the draw last night and it
Yeah,
said that fifth first or like, it was,
Sixth versus
sixth versus
seventh
seventh was
was
Sunday.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. And then I checked again this morning
Yeah,
on
it
the
came
actual
out,
draw.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's good.
I was stoked
Yeah.
because I'll be back on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Panthers Warriors. How do you think it'll go? Can't see much more than a Panthers win, eh?
yeah, like a dominant win
Yeah.
at Penrith.
I could see like a
Like a 30 to
like
12.
a 30. Yeah, 30. I was gonna say like 32-12 or something like that. Yeah, that's what I think will. I think they'll put a bit of a fight early on. I think Panthers will probably go in with a 2-try lead kind of thing.
Yep.
And then
Just run away with it.
I think they'll just run away with the second
just
half.
outgrind them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just too classy, man, and
Yep.
they've all their little struggles they might have at the start of the year with missing a few players like Kickow and those that left
They've
and stuff.
fixed that.
They've fixed it. The only thing you can say is how much will the Luai thing cost them
Yeah.
or hurt them. That's the only question mark.
Yep.
But I've probably got more question marks for the Warriors right now than I do
sure.
the Panthers.
Yep.
Just they've been winning, great. Not
They've
taking
been-
anything away from them.
they've
There's
been
people
versing,
will
like-
kick up a stink about that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they've been versing a very easy draw and
To-
not
to
winning by a
finish,
lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah. They've only played like the big teams like once and only a few of them. So
exactly.
yeah.
So
but good on
yeah.
them But I feel like Penrith will get the win.
Yeah.
I'll tip Penrith.
Yep. I agree. Sharks, Roosters. Saturday night.
Saturday.
Fuck. Actually,
I wanted to watch it like with you,
yeah.
but I won't be here.
Yeah.
But
Sharks, yeah. This is actually a little bit scary for me because I just anyone that goes to a Sharks night game just seem to struggle.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Sharks at Shark Park at night time.
but they're gonna be depleted.
And I just hate watching. We've sort of talked about it before. I hate watching games at Shark Park
yeah,
at night time.
Yeah, yeah.
Daytime's not too bad.
Yeah.
Nighttime, it just. So I don't know if it's their lighting or I don't know. It's just or the backdrop, and it's just a fucking drag to watch, man. Like it doesn't like. Yeah, it's not aesthetically pleasing to watch. You know?
Fair.
It will be if we win, but
Yeah, of course.
it's hard to say what Sharks are going to turn up.
Yeah.
They were getting pumped a few weeks ago, man.
I saw there's talks of because Connor Tracy's like probably not going to play.
Knee or something, yeah.
Yeah. So
What's wrong with? Is he back yet? What's his name?
who?
Fucking
Moylan.
No.
Oh no, Will Kennedy.
Yeah.
No, he's still not.
Right.
And their other Cade, someone's not.
So who's their other option at fullback?
Nico.
True.
Nico into fullback.
Will you do that for a final?
Matt Moylan into 5'8".
Are you going to do that for a final?
If you have to. Maybe put Moylan at the back, but then you'd rather Nico at the back, I'd
They
say.
said it's not ACL and not MCL for
No,
Connor
so
Tracy.
it's probably like, it's a touch and go
Yeah,
thing. Like, it's probably just like, how does it feel?
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
And then
they
he
just
could-
loan back Miller for a game. Something.
I think you can do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know who else they
I think that is what.
What about that? What's his name? Cade. Fucking.
No, he's injured.
Cade Tust or whatever his name is.
No, he went, what?
What's his name?
Cade Cust.
Cade. Someone.
Didn't he go to like England like 2 years ago?
What's his name? He's like a
Yeah,
young
no, he's
fella.
Cade someone.
He's a son of some other.
Yeah.
He played last year for him.
Yeah, I know. He is injured as well.
Right.
That's what I just said to you before. That Cade,
Yeah,
whoever.
then you said something about he went overseas. Or
No,
some
you're
shit.
talking. I thought you were talking about the Cade.
What's his
other
name?
guy
Not
from
Cade
fucking
Cust. His name's Cade something.
Manly.
Maybe it's not Cade.
Yeah, it is Cade someone.
Oh, that's pissing me off.
Yeah.
His dad used to play for him as well.
Yeah.
Cade.
I had the fucking article up.
I'm normally good with names too. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the other option. I don't know who else then, man. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't think of anyone else. But yeah, that might be the only option for him.
Just while I'm just reading while we've came out a few minutes ago, or halfway through the day, Seb Chris, he got 5-game ban.
Jesus.
Yikes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you get
So
his name?
I think I didn't get it.
Cool.
But I think it's either going to be Moylan or Hines.
Well, it has to be.
Yeah.
Unless, yeah, I don't
And
know.
what do you put Moylan back there? You'd probably rather him in the halves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let Nico, like, he was killing it at Storm playing fullback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon go Nico.
Probably makes any sense, man.
And then if it's fucking up halfway through the game, swap him back.
So
Put
who?
Trindle to 5'8", Moylan to fullback. Nico
Yeah,
to
yeah. Well,
half.
that's the other thing. Moylan played 5 at fucking Panthers for years.
Yeah, he played. He's got
Played Origin,
over,
didn't he?
He's got over 100 games at fullback.
Didn't he play Origin? Fucking fullback or something?
Yeah, for like 2 games.
Still did it.
He's played over 100 games at fullback,
Yeah.
so he can play fullback.
He just doesn't have any speed or anything anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe put him at 5'8".
Yeah.
Trindle's a natural number 7.
That would definitely be an area we exploit because Manu will be back,
Yeah, potentially.
like
Yeah.
if they play him there, and they were really struggling on that left edge.
Yeah,
So if they play him over there,
yeah,
you
it'll
know,
be
you
a
can
target
really-
for sure.
Yeah, either or. Billy Smith's been good as well, so
He's
it
been
doesn't
good,
really matter.
Yeah. What do you think of your chances?
How am I rating it?
Yeah,
Like,
do you think it's going to be like a fucking real tight one? Like the odds are saying it's like $1.91, $1.93. So it's even as fuck.
on paper, it's pretty tight.
Yeah,
It's going to depend. I think the forwards are pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
Across the park,
Mhm.
it's going to come down to I think the attacking players.
yeah.
And it's really going to depend on if Tracy's playing or not.
Backlines are pretty even in my opinion.
pretty even, but if Tracy's not playing, I think we definitely have an edge over him.
Yeah,
Would you agree? Like if Hines
Yeah.
had to go to fullback, Moylan
I would
got dropped
agree.
because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
wasn't playing very well.
yeah. If
And-
that was what they do, which
Yeah.
is probably going to be what they do.
You'd say we're probably a bit more informed.
Yeah.
You know, Tedesco's
Oh,
been
you're definitely
really,
more
really good.
informed.
You know, you look at our back line.
You're definitely more informed. Like they had that few games and then we beat them and then they won last
But I think
the other day.
and it's hard because you can't do like on paper because we've been on paper all year and been not very good.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll win. I think we'll win just. I'll say probably 8-point win. Something like 28-20 or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe even a bit lower.
Yeah. Okay. I reckon it's going to be an arm wrestle.
Yeah.
But I think you might get away with it at the end.
I think we'll be like ahead by 2. And then I think maybe like we'll score a late try to seal it or something.
Yeah.
So like 8 points or something like that.
I
Yeah.
reckon it's going to be fucking edgy seat shit.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
most of our games have been, mate. As I said, I've been watching grand finals for fucking 6 weeks. Literally.
Yeah.
If we lost any, we're out.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, last one. Third game of the round, Knights Raiders.
Third game of the round.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Probably don't be the shittest game of the round, though. I reckon he's will thump him.
I'd hope so. I hope so. To think that we fucking come 5th
I know.
like 10 weeks ago
Yeah, I know.
when we're sitting 14th is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be the biggest run like, into like a finals ever. Like
I
from
don't
where
know.
we were and where we
Yeah, maybe.
were playing so shit.
What about did the Panthers have a run into the finals like a couple of years ago when they had that fucking like they won like 17 straight or some shit?
No, I mean I'm saying like a team that probably couldn't have made the finals. Like Penrith were always going to be in the finals
got
at
ya.
the time. I'm talking about like
Cowboys when they made that
when
fucking
against Storm. That maybe, but
they
they were
that
sort
big
of
run.
Yeah, they were outside of the 8, weren't
Yeah.
they? And then they got in. Yeah, that's true. And even like Parramatta.
Yeah,
that
Is
year, 2009.
Was that 10? No, sorry. Fuck. What year was it? 16.
17.
Cowboys.
Cowboys Storm was 17.
17.
Yeah. 16 Sharks won it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And JT was out.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Morgan and shit just was
Carvin.
humping them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. That's probably it's on that ilk, right?
Mm.
That's why I'm like, fuck, can we make it? It's like a Para 09, Cowboys 17.
Mm. Yeah.
Who knows?
You don't know.
Yeah.
Even the one that springs to my mind just because I obviously remember a lot of Roosters history is I know we sort of did something similar in 2010.
Yeah.
We were doing well, but we were sort of like, and we had to go through the stages. We had to beat fucking the Tigers in that elimination final in Golden Point.
Yeah.
You know, then we went to Titans, beat them. We went to that game.
Yeah, that's uncool.
Do you know what I mean? To get to the grand final. So
Yeah.
yeah, there has been runs,
Yeah.
but
Just from where no one had Knights in the 8.
no,
10 weeks ago.
I didn't.
No.
And you did, but it was
Only
more
because
off,
of
more off of
Yeah.
more off of you support them.
Yeah. I just think
But your head didn't say it.
no. Would have been stupid if
Yeah, exactly.
if anyone said that.
But yeah, man, I think Ponga back. I think he'll be all right. His AC joint. He'll get needles. You won't even know.
Yeah.
He plays a position that doesn't really he doesn't make any tackles.
Nah.
It's he'll be fine.
Yeah.
All your big guns back. No one's really out.
No one else.
No. So
No.
I think Hastings will be fine. He's had a few weeks off, and
Yeah.
I think people are like, oh, he's still injured. I'm like, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's fine.
Yeah, he could have come back this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I think Raiders are like it's hard to say. You can't really say you know what you're going to get because you don't know what you're going to get.
You don't.
But
and I think they'll huff and puff for a little bit, but
Yeah.
I honestly just think you're going to be way too strong for them.
I hope so.
I just think you got way too much class across the park at the moment.
The way that the Knights are playing in this like winning fucking mentality or whatever, it warms my heart.
Yeah, I honestly think you'll pump them. That's my.
I fucking hope so.
I think
Sunday's a long wait.
yeah, I'm going to say 20-point win.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna say like maybe 10 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it'll be close first half, and I think second, kind of like, the game the other night. Like I just feel like, against the Sharks the week before.
Yeah.
I think it'd be similar. Like they really held in the fight till half time.
Yeah, and then just got
And there was a tie, and then just fucking you just rolled over them over top of them.
Yeah.
I think that's what will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's about it, eh?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Good one.
Right on. Look at that.
Fucking finals, eh?
Yeah, mate. It's gonna be good.
You.
All right, so yeah, that's it, boys and girls. So if you haven't, please subscribe, like, all that sort of stuff, and we'll see you next week after the Roosters and the Knights win.
Fucking hopefully.
See you later.
So yeah.